Hi everybody, today's video is very up close and personal, as you can see. I'm going to do half a face of with the just on this side today because I'm using the other half of the Moira Sweetest Thing palette. Just don't worry about that. That was some eye makeup remover that spilt, but I don't worry, I've been sprayed with alcohol. Everything is quite clean. This is my second attempt at making this video. That's why I didn't upload it earlier in the week, because the quality of the video that I made, I just was not satisfied with, frankly. So I ditched it and I'm going to try again. And I'm going to try to particularly use that shade. Now it looks really, really red, doesn't it? But it actually comes off more of a strawberry, okay? So just letting you know that. All right, having said that, let's do it. Let's go in. The shade is called Love Is All. Very Christmassy, you'd have to say, or Valentine's Day. Okay, so at the moment, it's looking red, but I can't blend it too much, I found, and that is not unusual with red shades. This is partly why they're not that common. Partly people just avoid them because the pigment is trickier to make and trickier to use. And some people actually can't use red. There are certain pigment ingredients that people are allergic to, and even though this palette doesn't contain that pigment ingredient, you know, it's probably better if you just stay away from the reds if you are susceptible. I think, what's it called? Carmine. Carmine is the ingredient. See, there's fallout there. So I'm actually using a really flat, stiff brush because I don't want to overblend, and I'm literally just softening the edge very lightly because I don't want it to go away. You can see there what I'm talking about. It's starting to turn pink. My brush is losing its hairs, I think. So I'm going to try and keep the red in there as much as I can. I'm going to deepen it up with the shade of brown called Delightful, just there. Just sort of circling the brush to fill in the folds. It's all about building with these sorts of shades. So now back in with a bit more red. And not too much blending. So my natural crease, you can see, is creating a hole in the pigment there. Lots of fallout, but then I have really packed on a lot of shadow. And I don't have a wet brush, it's a dry brush. Okay, so I'm just trying to get that real smoke look and still keep that red through the crease. Now that brown has actually amped up the red, which is what I wanted. Okay, so I'm ever so lightly going to blend there, coming in towards the bridge of the nose, just to soften that edge so there's none of those harsh lines. But the other thing I did was I over blended and I ended up with, I looked like I had an eye disease. Turning my head to the side just to make sure that the color gradient makes sense, like going from the dark to the light. Just if you think of like a sunset or a sunrise, what does the light do? It goes from the deeper color to the lighter color. And that's sort of what you want to try and do, if you can, with your shadows. Now I've hardly touched that, and you can see that gradient is quite good, actually. Quite good. So that's, you know, the quality of the shadows is definitely there. But this is a sort of color that you have to practice with if you want to use it. You can't just expect to go in and go bam, effortless out the door, I'm going to work now, or I'm going to the party, or whatever. And that's why I think people avoid reds. I'm just going to wipe that away with my cotton pad because it's aggravating me. Yeah, this is time and practice, and you know, that's fun too. Why not spend some time with your beautiful colors if you want to use them? You know, that's what I love to do. All right, let's get some lighter shade here and in here now. I'm going to use the shade Nice up here next to that deep brown that I've been deepening the red with, and I'm just actually going to use my finger. It's a very buttery shade, very mid-tone. Ties in nicely with that red and the brown because it does have a brown base to it. It's like kind of like a nude lipstick color, isn't it? Your Lips but better. Sometimes it's good to practice like not using brushes if you just want to see how much depth of color that you want from your shadows. Go in with the finger, you'll have more control. And once you're like, okay, I know what I like now, I know how the effect that I want, that's when you can delve into brushes for real with a color like this. Okay, so now we're going to go in with Surprise, which is that pale pink next to that mid-tone. Now I'm pulling my eye. I don't normally like to do this, but because of texture, I feel I sometimes miss, the color misses that spot if I don't just give my eye a little bit of a tug. And you can see there's heaps of folds there. I'm not ashamed of that. That's just the reality of the situation. See how it's missed in there? So now I have to turn my head this way to make sure that that's covered. Okay, I'm still using my finger, as you can see, and now I'm going to get a clean brush. This is the other thing I didn't do the other day that I should have. I didn't use enough clean brushes. And I ended up with the colours being overblended and mismatched, and not mismatched, but they just merged. That's what I meant, what I mean. All right, now I'm going to go in with the shade Fresh, which is one of my favourite shades in this palette. So beautiful. And I am going to apply that with my finger to start with. Look at that, isn't that amazing? I'm going to put that there, like that. All right, see what that does? And then I'm going to take it across and up, making sure that I get all those gaps filled with it, because I want the light. And because I've put those different coloured pinks and reds on underneath, this shade will adjust accordingly to the base, because it has pigment, but it's quite sheer. It has a sheer base. Sheer leaning white, I would say. All right, that's what I wanted. So now I sweep it up and over to create an underbrow highlight, and just very lightly buffing. That's about as much blending as I'm going to do with this eye look, because I don't want to ruin it again like I did the other day. Just a little bit of cleanup here. I'm just going to show you how to do also a reverse cat eye. Oh, I'm a bit nervous because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll just get my liners and be back in a moment. So I'm starting with my black pencil liner, which this one is my go-to by Peaches and Cream. I get these from Glam Raider. I'm really lightly, I've got my eye ever so slightly open, and I'm running the pencil along the inner part of the lash line. Like a tight line, but not like super up, okay? You can pull your eye up and do the tight lining in there if you want to, like that. That's okay, fine, do it if that's comfortable for you. There are ways and there are ways. And then I just keep following that line out there with the black pencil. So there's basically the template for my liquid liner, okay, on the top part of the lash line. You can see I started right in here, and I started as lightly as I possibly can, because I don't want to end up with bleeding and big chunky bits of liner falling into the textured part of the eyelid. So now I'm looking up and I'm going to just make sure that the gaps are filled. Okay, just super soft, not going in hard, because building it up is better than taking it off and having to redo everything, for sure, especially when you're talking about all this color, all this pigment. See, look at that. That's okay. I'll cover it with some mascara. Now, a lot of people don't like to use eyeliner this way. You never have to do anything like this if you don't want to. So I'm just making that come up and meet that line. See how it's created that elongated eye effect? Even just those small increments of black. I often have trouble getting my eyeliner to stay there. There's like a patch on my lash line that just resists eyeliner. Probably telling me to stop using it, I guess. But that's like telling me to stop using shimmers because I'm 50. But no, it's not happening. I'll have to prise them out of my hands when I'm in the nursing home. They really will. I'm not actually kidding. Okay, so filling in. See how it's starting to up? All right, let's go back in here and do a bit more definition work. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love it. I'm going in super soft today. Just getting all those gaps. Right, let's go in with the liquid liner now, and we'll really ramp it up. So this is just the Natio Precision liquid liner. I've gone through a million of these. This one and the mud one, I use them a lot. Mud is an Australian brand for my international viewers. So is Natio. Mud is like a supermarket brand here. Stands for makeup design. They only have like 6 products in their range. No, there's more than that, but there's no color, like no, very limited shade range. You know, you wouldn't buy their foundation and so forth. But their black liquid eyeliner, the felt tip pen one, is superb, and it's $5. Well, it was, but everything's gone crazy with the prices. Okay, so I want my sharper wing. So this is where the pen liner comes in. And I want to fill in that fold and take it out nice and sharp. And that's why I've turned my head to the side too. See that? We've got that point. We want to keep that. And when I look naturally, I want to make sure that it's straight. It almost is. It's just that fold there that I have to colour in. Stay inside the lines, please. And just a hint there. I'm resting my hand on my face near my mouth. Which does make it hard to talk. But when you're doing this, you've got to be steady, haven't you? And I don't have the steadiest hand. Even though I'm a makeup artist, you know, it's just the way things are. You've got to learn ways to make it work for you. I also have arthritis in this finger. You can see that. Yeah? See how knobbly it is? We just make it work. When you love doing something, you make it work. I think women tend to make things work even when we don't love things. Am I right? Right. That's gone a bit too low there. So I'm going to draw it up and bring it up again here, because that's actually the line that makes sense anyway. Right. Let's do the inner part now. So with the reverse cat eye, you've got actually more colour, or as much colour on the lower lash line as you do as the top. There it is. There's that sharpness I'm after. And in there, oh well, I'll fix that. That's the line I want there. Not the dot. So now I'm going to draw the line up the other way, like so. Is this fiddly? Darn right. Does it always work? Absolutely not. Ultimately, you would have to say, what's my time worth here? This is my job, so it is worth my time, and I need to practice this as often as I can, because if someone wants me to do this on them, I have to know how to do it. I can't just say to them, yeah, I can do that, and then have no idea, can I? All right, we're getting there now. I'm just going to clean up that dot. Just letting it dry a little, and in the process I'm noticing that there is a gap right there. So I'm going back in with the pencil and I'm going to fill in that gap. Because that will help seal the liquid liner and soften the edge as well. Sharp is good, but when you have this much texture, sharp may not be the best option. I lost my sharpness there because of the texture in my skin. So I'm doing it with the pencil. There we are, that's it. And I'll go back over that with the liquid liner just to make sure that it's as defined as it can be. As it can be. That's the trick. The black can magically make the texture of the skin vanish. Ha! Got it. Got it. Right, let's make sure that the top's clean. And I think I'm just going to put some lashes on and some mascara and maybe fill in my brow, maybe not. And show you the finished look. I haven't even got foundation on, have I? Yeah, all right, I'll put some of that on too. Just filling in my brow with the shade Totally, that one there. So here's the finished look. I'm only showing you this side of my face at the moment. I just put some of my new Mellow Pinky Promise blush on. You can see it's really lovely. It's more like a pink highlighter. And I've put a lash on, and you can still see there's a little bit of bleeding there, but who's going to be looking like you are this close? Nobody, hopefully. And I just put on a powder foundation, the e.l.f. one, and just a berry gloss. So back here, that's what it looks like. I'll move back a little bit. There it is. Okay, so you can see how impactful the reverse cat eye is on the eye shape, the lift, the shape of the eye. My round eye is become more almond shaped with that dark, the red mixed with the brown. There's been a little bit of fading of that red too in the time that I've been doing the mascara and the lashes. These are just a half lash magnetic from Ardell. I don't wear them a lot because they're a little bit long, but they suit this sort of makeup, so that's why I put them on. Okay, now let's move on to the other side of the face. I am going to do my use my brand new Rudolph Colourpop palette on this side of the face. Here it is, isn't it just super cute? I've just finished swatching these. Isn't that just lovely? So I'm going to use the greens. The green and probably that one. And obviously I'll deepen with these down here. Okay, let's get into it. So I've got a sort of a pencil brush here, and I'm going to dip into that deep green, which is called Christmas Time. And certainly that is what this color says to me. Oh wow, that is just going on so easily. Colourpop. This is my first time ever applying Colourpop eyeshadows. This is a big moment for me. I have waited a long time to try this brand because it's not available in Australia, and they had, as part of the Black Friday deal, they had a free international shipping offer. And for those of us here in Australia or New Zealand, you'll know that international shipping, and possibly even those in Europe, will know that international shipping from America is almost as much as the order itself, isn't it? So, and I know those of you that in the US that if you order, say from Mellow or whatever, actually they do offer very good price, like good rates of shipping to try and attract the international market. I know that shipping is a huge expense for makeup artists everywhere. So I'm really going in quite heavy with this beautiful green because I am loving it, and it is going on effortlessly. So I'm doing that up through the crease now because I want to cover that skin fold there, that one there, with the dark shade. And that's why I'm using this small detail brush, so that I can be precise about where it goes, just like on the other side, but using vastly different tones. And I have to say, I prefer this. I love the Barbie and all of that. I loved the movie, but deep and grungy is more my thing. I think it was the era of the music that I loved when I was at uni and all of that stuff too, and the makeup style in the 90s. But not the eyebrows. We're never going back to that. Never, ever. Skinny eyebrows. Even if they are super trendy. Me personally, I will not be sacrificing my eyebrows again to take another 20 years for them to grow back. And they probably won't at this point in my life. Just doing a really soft reverse cat eye here with eyeshadow, and it's all going to be buffed and whatever, much, and certainly not the definition of the other side. Okay, I'm going to go straight in with the shimmers now. I don't think I even need to deepen that because that's really deep. I'm going to go in with my finger, and I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? I'm going to start with that one. I'm going to start with this shimmer. What's this called? Up, Up and Away. That's it there. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to pop that on top of the green just there, not all the way out. Don't worry about the messy line and all of that. That's going to be seen too. And this will also tell me how blendable these new shadows that I've got are. Going to go in with this beautiful shade called Elf Practice. This one here. Oh, what? Oh my word. That is nice. It's minty, but not too icy. And soft. Yeah, soft. Soft texture. So take that brown over the edge there with that finger. So that's why I put them on the different fingers, so I can keep working with them and not have to waste time switching between fingers. Going through the crease there with the mint finger, or Elf Practice I should say. That's almost done. That's almost done. I just need to blend that deep green edge. Softening that inner corner now. Oh, looking nice. I love it. Gosh, I'm so happy these are working so well. Let me just grab a tissue. I'm going to use Misfit Toys on the other eye just to see what it's like. Oh, it's got a bit of dimension to it. Because I thought, well, that's going to look better over here than on the green side. Just to show you a bit of an eye swatch, I suppose. Keeping in mind there's all that base colour there. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I'm happy with that. That lifted that pink to the purple, you know, with the eye colour and everything. Oh well, whatever. All right, so let's go into the inner corner with this top shade called North Pole. All right, wrapping that around there like so, drawing it up for the brightness. Well, I'm having no trouble at all here. Completely effortless. Let's just blend that outer edge. That's all I've got to do. Gee. Just going to use this brush. It's not 100% clean, but it's okay. It's got a little bit of brown on it. It'll tie back well with the... Oh, there's a bit of fallout there on the face. I don't want to overblend this edge because I actually want that lift. Just need to soften it and tidy it. And I don't want it to go muddy. See, I'm at risk of doing that if I overblend. I haven't got muddy yet. Let's just make sure that that's making sense with the lower lash line. This is a very soft, not dense at all, Moira brush. It's fairly new to my collection. I'm not crazy about it because it doesn't have a lot of bristles, but it might work for this sort of blending. Buffing, if you will. It's more buffing than blending. All right, let's just do that there. I am barely touching the skin. Super, super light. What do I need to do? I think I need a little bit more of the green. Not 100% loving that brown. Oh, that makes it look better. So I've still got the shimmer with the brown, but it's more dimensional. That's better. That's what I want. Oh, this green is so good. It is such a good colour. Pop on a bit more of the elf practice, because you know one can never have too much shimmer, in my opinion. For what it's worth. Where's my tissue? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do too much more there. Let's just put on some mascara and some lashes and some face product. So I've got some half lashes on again here, just those magnetic ones. This is what happens, folks, when you have too many mascaras open at once and you don't use them all up in time, and they start to get like those little balls like that. Where's it gone on my finger? There it is on my thumb. It starts to clump. So this is a really good mascara, an expensive mascara. And because I've been using so many others, you know, it's been sitting a bit too idle for a bit too long. Now I'm going in with the LA Girl Pastel Dream Auto Eyeliner in Magic Mint, right? Because I think it's going to really work and brighten what is quite a grungy, otherwise grungy look. Not that I'm sad about that. These are really good eyeliners, these LA Girl ones. Yep, that's done what I wanted it to do. So I'll just take that in a little bit further to meet up with the shadow that I put there. But not doing the full, not even putting a liner on the top lash line because I did that smoky shadow. Okay, so I'm just going to do the face products now. Just applying simple e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation today. This is a really great, quite forgiving, one and done foundation if you are, even if you have dry skin like I do, and texture. It's not too bad. It settles really well. It might go on a little heavy. Like, it does have coverage, as you can see. My shade is light 280N, and this is in my project pan. You can see why. This is like, you can see this is going on super fast. I'm even using the daggy sponge that it comes with. And when you've got this much going on in the eye look, just a quick bit of coverage is enough, because you know, you should be making one feature the star of the show in a makeup look, I believe. And obviously I'm not walking outside with a pink look and a green look. No, I will be walking outside. But I won't be going into the village looking like this. They go, yeah, we know she's wacky. The people at the post office have seen me walk in with some very unusual eye looks, that's for sure. And when I go to pick up my parcel, they say, oh, when will we be seeing this parcel on your face? They're so cheeky. This is the NYX Butter Gloss. It tastes so yummy. It's really caramel. I don't know what the shade is. It's called, don't know. What is it called? Oh, I'm so blind without my glasses. Red Velvet. Take it up to red. Because it's Christmas. I just sat in my drawer for so long, this lip gloss. And I thought, right, this is the time of year to open it. That is not a perfect line, sorry folks. Let me just see if I can tidy that up a little bit. I haven't got a lip liner on, that's the other thing. Right, now let's put a bit of blush on. I'm going to use this new Colourpop highlighter, and I'm not going to use blush per se. I'm just going to use a bronzer instead. And I'm going to use my Mellow, no I'm not. I'm going to use, sorry Mellow, I'm going to use my Fenty. Where's my Fenty one? Hang on. So I'm going to use my Fenty Shady Biz 02 Sunstalker Powder Bronzer. Oh, that acetate drives me crazy. This is possibly the best bronzer I've ever found. This is going to act as my blush as well. So I'm taking it right in because we have such a cool tone look here. I'm using it where I would normally use my blush. I'm going to buy some more of these, this formula in different shades. It has really upped my bronzer game, this particular product. It's just so good. And you can see here I have done that as a blush as well. Not doing it on this side though, because I've already done that side. Okay, so let's try this new Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Aster. I'm going to use a fan brush for this. Let's see how that works. Because it is a really oily sheer formula. Is anything going onto my fan brush at all? Do we have glitter? All right. That could be glitter from my eyeshadow actually. Can you see something there, folks? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, ooh. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Let's put some on the nose. Yeah, that goes well with that bronzer for sure. Now let's sweep it across here. Have it match up a bit. Had to open a new eyebrow pen. When I was doing the other brow, it just stopped. Went, I'm done. You need to replace me now. Okay, This is the finished look on this side. This is my preference. I like this a lot more. Go out. Annoying hair. This is my preference. So that's that side. The eye, all that liner and everything. It's hanging in there. It's a bit smudgy now. It's been a while since I put that on. And this is the green side. And there is the total face. As always, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope this tutorial has been helpful to you in some way. And if you have any requests, what else you would like me to do, I am more than happy to try and oblige. If I can, if I have the skill and if I have the products, which I, mostly do because I'm a makeup junkie. Yeah, so on that note, I just bought my first Pat McGrath Mothership palette. Sephora's having another sale, a mega brand sale. So the really big brands like Fenty, Rare Beauty, Pat McGrath, but not Natasha Denona, unfortunately. 20% off. They often do that in December. They have their Black Friday sale, or their VIB sale rather, and everyone goes nuts for that and posts all these videos and la 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 la. And then about 3 weeks later, they have another sale anyway. So there's really no hurry, is my attitude to that, because last year they did it, the year before they did it, and I thought, oh well, they're probably going to do it this year, and they have. So I will, when that arrives, I will bring out my first ever Pat McGrath purchase and show you what I'm going to do with it. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Mother Pat. Anyway, Moira, Sweetest Thing Smoothie Series palette, the red and the pink. Colourpop, brand new, literally opened it just before I did this eye look, in the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer palette, the Christmas palette. I don't know if it's still available, but I love this. This colour story is amazing. It's totally me. It's totally me. And the next time I wear it, you can guarantee I'll be delving into that shade there. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I appreciate your support. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. If you don't watch any more videos this year, have a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, have a wonderful time with your family and a good break. And make sure that you stay hydrated. But enjoy all of the things that this time of year brings to us all. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye-bye.